I can see, he's got some breathing on his own, so he's not dead.
I have no experience in emergency room care or acute situations. None.
You have a pulse? I hear nothing.
The intern is like the lowest level apprentice.
They're just going to see an awful lot of patients.
Let me go see if my patient died or not.
This is the Big Easy, where it's easy to shoot people.
Every one of us is dreading Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras!
Mayhem, don't come.
And the key is to remain calm.
She can't breathe.
You can scream, you can breathe.
You just can't practice medicine defensively. You're going to get sued.
Careful.
You're going to kill people.
Hey, I'm not liking this too much.
He's aspirating.
Are you trying to feel some insanity?
This is not on camera, no comment.
Time on Eyewitness.
You have a cut on the back of your head, and we're going to close it real quick with staples, okay?
This month we've followed 4 young interns through their first experience as doctors in the busiest emergency room in New Orleans.
I had the faintest idea that would be anything like this.
For the first 3 weeks, Heidi, Will, Morella, and Clay thought that if they just made it through the insanity of Mardi Gras, they'd be home free.
We had moments when it's too much to cope with.
By the last day of their rotation, we found them as vulnerable and true to who they are as we'd ever seen them. This is the last day, and we're counting down, and I'm feeling incredibly apathetic and incredibly tired and incredibly unmotivated.
The interns' rotation in the accident room this month is almost over. It's been a long and draining month, and the interns are feeling the most exhausted and vulnerable that we've ever seen them.
I get home and I'm so tired. I just shut off everything that has to do with disease, death, or aching and suffering people.
Room 4, 5 minutes.
One of Morella's first cases came in, an elderly woman who'd been shot in the head.
65 years old.
No vitals.
Self-inflicted gunshot wound to the right temporal region of negative somewhere, but I didn't see.
No vitals.
The case was over almost as soon as it began. Doctors quickly realized there was nothing they could do to save this woman.
You guys got any pulse down there, Jeff? Don't even bother. I'm responsive. That's it, she's dead.
At this point, we don't expect a lot of mourning in the accident room, but I was a little shocked at how blasé everyone was.
I don't know where we're going to put her.
Do you have room in your car?
It really hit me that even though the interns have only been working here 1 month, they already seem to have taken on the same detachment as the rest of the accident room staff.
To be honest, after all I've been through and seen, you have to be a little more detached. And you can't let everything that comes in affect you, because you can't.
It's too late, patient.
More than any of the interns, Will seems to have gone through the month with this sense of distance from his patients.
We just try to be objective and solve problems. And we can't really let our emotions get in the way of what we decide to do for a patient.
We'll just have to get him undressed.
Okay. So I understand you got a pretty extensive history.
Yeah, I've been operated over 100 times.
100 times? Honestly?
Honestly, believe me, look up.
So when was your Crohn's diagnosed?
I was in my 20s.
In your 20s?
Crohn's is a very debilitating disease. This patient ended up in the accident room because one of his numerous operation sites had become infected.
Inflammation from the Crohn's into all my joints. That's why I lost a leg. I had my right elbow operated on. They decompressed both shoulders. I had a knee replacement and a hip replacement on this side. My gallbladder gone, my appendix gone.
This was one of the most depressing stories I'd ever heard, and it just kept getting worse.
You know, one of my daughters had Crohn's. And
She has Crohn's?
She killed herself.
Sorry to hear that.
She couldn't deal.
Did she really have,
She was 16 when they put her first colostomy.
Oh, gee.
And the kids used to tease her. So you know what she was going through.
You know what I'm saying? That's very young, too.
And then they started cutting my leg off, and She was afraid they gonna happen to her, and she left a note, Daddy, I'm not as strong as you. She cut the yoga pain.
Okay.
She bled to death before nobody didn't come home until about 4 o'clock in the morning. She had bled to death.
Yeah, I can't, I don't know what to say.
I think this was the first time that Will was really touched by one of his patients.
What I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna give you a gown. So we'll step out the room while you get undressed, okay? I just want to, so I can, get my bearings together, okay?
At a certain point, I think Will didn't even know what to do. He literally had to leave the room to collect himself.
It's one of the toughest stories I ever heard in my life. I'm saying, see, you never know, what you're gonna walk into when you walk into a room, and the guy has a lot of stuff going on, a whole lot. I just gotta sit out here and get myself together. Is what I'm exactly gonna do.
Will seems tired and exposed, and for the first time, his guard is down.
He's not walking clumsily, he's a human being.
And Morella's last case offers more than she bargained for.
Well, what did you think of that man's story?
I don't know, I almost cried.
So what kind of rum did you drink? Was it Puerto Rican rum?
One of Morella's last cases was what some of the staff here calls a typical charity patient.
There you go. Hold on to that.
Yeah, I'll hold on to that.
I almost didn't shoot this case because it was just another version of the same case we've seen all month, of an intoxicated patient who's very out of it and can barely function.
Open up your eyes. Open up your eyes. Did you drink anything tonight?
My dad died last month.
What happened to your daughter, sir?
Cervical cancer.
She had cancer? How old was she?
She was
22.
All of a sudden, this man really started pouring out his life story to Morella. It came out that his daughter had just died of cancer a year ago, his wife had left him, and he was utterly alone and completely devastated.
I put you in a more comfortable position. Okay, and try and relax.
Watching Morella listen to this man's story, I suddenly saw this very gentle side of her come out that I've never seen in the 6 weeks that we've been here.
There you are.
I can't say it.
Don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about it. Okay, it doesn't matter, okay? He told me he started drinking because his daughter, he wants to join her and all that stuff.
Because he's been drinking.
He was climbing the bridge. I don't know what bridge. He can't tell me what.
Well, he was on his way to commit suicide.
Exactly.
Well, what did you think of that man's story?
I don't know. I almost cried. It's like...
Okay.
That was heartbreaking.
Yeah. It's one of those moments you feel like you want to go out and take a break. But at the same time, you feel like you can't leave the guy.
Deep breath through your mouth. Good. Again. 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 Good.
I was surprised at the special attention that Will was giving the Crohn's patient. All month, Will had been telling us about the need to remain objective and even aloof with patients. Now, on his last day, he seemed to have changed his mind.
He's not walking Crohn's disease, he's a human being, and he has other issues that I think should be addressed, and I feel comfortable talking to him about it, and I just try to be appropriate. He has this abdominal pain, he has this discharge coming from his ileostomy site, and pain, and that's why he's here.
Who else do you have?
I got 2 other people. I have that kid in the hallway that's going up for a CT scan. I got that guy.
Under the rules of triage in the accident room, the Crohn's patient didn't rate a very high priority. Will had other more acute patients, and his upper-level resident told him to take care of them first.
The worst thing to do is to run around and try to get other people to go out of their way and do things for him, you know? I mean, we'll just stick to his system. So I just let him sit there, you know?
What's that, bro?
So, Will, what's the conclusion of the Crohn's patient?
Surgery, can't see him now. And, so, he's just going to sit there.
The other doctor went to see how long the surgery got him, but he never got back. So I can be sitting here all night.
You want to leave against medical advice, or you're just going to leave?
The Crohn's patient had to wait a while, and he eventually decided he'd had enough and wanted to leave.
Surgery taking too long. You know how it is. This is big New Orleans. This might have to be all night long. I'm feeling too bad to do that. I'm feeling too bad.
If that's what you want to do, that's no problem.
It might be another 3-4 hour getaway. I can't sit that long.
Okay. That's your choice. Really.
I think Will felt betrayed by this patient's decision to leave.
Spent time in there, and I sat down there. I cared about what he said. I took his story, and spent a half hour, 45 minutes with him, and all of a sudden he wants to leave. So I just don't like that. Are you really leaving? No, Miss Ass, are you really leaving? Okay. Total waste of fucking time.
Will let his guard down, and he feels burned.
So he took off.
Morella has a very different experience.
You say me about this.
I didn't do anything. What did I do?
And Heidi learns firsthand the limits of medicine.
I mean, you can hear agony and desperation in her voice.
Mr. Badgie, what happened? Relax.
Morella had to go to another area of the accident room, and when she got back, it looked like her formerly calm patient had suddenly gotten violent.
Get out my goddamn pocket. You bigger. You bigger.
Sir, your glass.
White boy.
One of the attendings ordered that since this man had admitted having suicidal thoughts, he should be put in restraints.
Get choked in the swamp.
That's enough choking.
That's what you niggas like to do, man. Choke white people.
Well, what happened to him? I don't know.
Look, if he's suicidal, he needs to be restrained, bottom line.
Okay.
You say anything about this?
I didn't do anything. What did I do?
Morella obviously did not approve of that decision.
It just in some way, I think it perpetuates this aggressiveness. Because if I were in restraints, I would definitely be very aggressive. I would try and fight it, try and get out. And there is this anger that you feel inside and you try to let out. So I don't know. But I don't know. That's it. It just disturbed me.
This woman in room 4 was in a car crash, and apparently she, in all likelihood, is paralyzed.
Latanya, can you open your eyes? Can you open your eyes? Hi.
Help me get it out. I can't get up.
Do you feel this?
I can't get up.
I know, you gotta just try to relax, okay? We're gonna try to help you, okay?
I think that Heidi felt a little at a loss with how to deal with her last patient.
Sad. That is the saddest thing I've seen this month. It's a 21-year-old who apparently was lying down the backseat of a car that struck a tree. She's paralyzed probably from the waist down, and she's, for the most part, incoherent. She's sort of rambling without saying too much. But, I mean, you can hear agony and desperation in her voice, And then she said something while she was in X-ray. She said, the stillness is killing me, and help me sit up. I can't sit up. I mean, that's just like, it's heart-wrenching.
Tanya, move your toes for me. Tanya, move your toes. Move your legs. Move your legs. Huh? Move your legs.
With this last patient, I think that Heidi felt completely helpless. It seems like the biggest lesson Heidi learned on her last day was the limits of what doctors could do.
I don't really know what to say to the mom, you know, she's not responding to her mom. Her mom's asking her, do you know who I am? She's not responding. Every time I go back there, it gets me depressed and upset, but I need to focus on other things just to, you know, keep things running smoothly in here, get my job done.
He took off.
I think the Crohn's patient really got to Will, and he seemed to take out his anger on his next patient.
Don't move. You understand me?
No, I'm
not going to stick it in your mouth.
I'm saying I'm going to feel it.
Well, I got to give you the numbing medication. Just do not move. You understand? Do you understand? Don't move. Don't move. Please don't. You're moving. Do not move.
I was a little shocked at how he was taking out his aggressions on the people he was supposed to be helping.
Nope, you ain't gonna feel nothing. Just relax.
This guy's story made me feel like crying 2 times tonight.
As they struggle to survive their last day in the accident room, the interns are finding out that some of the hardest lessons learned here are personal.
That was very serious and very tragic.
My last one. Yeah, this is the beginning of the rest of my life. What are you talking about, the last one?
Just 5 minutes before Clay's final shift in the accident room was over, he was called into the most serious room 4 situation of his entire month here.
Alright, get your chest tube ready. CPR is in progress.
This patient came in with a stab wound to the chest. His heart had stopped beating.
Where's EMS? How long has he been now without a pulse? No pulse. Clear bilateral breath sound.
We have a pulse.
We have nothing. Everybody stand back.
200, go.
Clear, everybody. Shock them.
Charge again. Okay, 300.
Everybody clear.
Hold respiration.
I don't feel pulse.
I hear nothing.
Despite their frantic efforts, the doctors could not revive the patient. I thought that at this point I was kind of used to seeing stuff like this, but it was pretty disturbing.
That was very serious, very intense, and very tragic. So it's something that happens a lot in this emergency room in this city.
I thought that this death might make Clay question his decision to go into emergency medicine, a career where he'd have to deal with tragedies like this almost every day. Do you ever have second thoughts when you see stuff like that? Do you ever have second thoughts about what you're going into?
No, that doesn't ever change my mind. That's part of what makes it interesting. You know, the challenge of a crisis, being able to manage a crisis. That's part of what makes emergency medicine so interesting. That you get some of these frontline cases like that. Doing the emergency room only reinforces my decision that I made the right decision.
I just feel a new way.
I know, I would feel that way too. I perfectly understand.
I cannot look at her eyes.
Why not? Why not?
Because you're so, I know you're empathetic.
I am.
To what's going on.
This guy's story made me feel like crying 2 times tonight. And there is not something that you find pleasure experiencing. But I suddenly felt good about myself, felt very humane, and I'm just really glad I can feel all these emotions. You know, there's still beauty left in this world. You just have to find it.
They say, be worried who you may entertain, because man's an angel on the way.
Beware who you entertain, because you might entertain an angel.
Unaware.
Unaware.
We'll take your IV
Okay.
okay?
I wonder, why would he tell me that? I really wonder. And he wanted me to repeat after him. Like I should be aware of whoever I might entertain. Like probably an unknown angel. I don't know. I just...
See, I thought you were the angel.
No. On the contrary. He could well be an angel. I mean, otherwise, how could somebody who's just a normal human being could endure all that? All he has been through, all he told me about? I mean, I could not do it. You can't feel detached and not get involved. You have to be, not human to do that.
This month, I've become a lot more insensitive to people. Every patient should be, treated with respect, and I can't necessarily say that I did that this month.
I've seen some of my friends, now interns, who have transformed into totally different beings and have really lost a lot of their soul, and that is really sad. I think it is really sad. Maybe that's reversible. Maybe just internship is just, knocks you down to your lowest level, and you rebound once you're over your internship. I hope so.
I used to criticize other people because I thought they were too insensitive and not treating people appropriately, but I see myself doing the same thing. So, you got to watch what you're critical of, because sometimes, it comes full circle and you're a part of it too.
All right. Bye. Have a good time. Have a good time with the calls, man.
As we're leaving here, we're realizing the fleeting nature of these rotations. This is just one stop along the intern's path, and next month they go on to totally new challenges, and this whole process starts over again.
Want all the March interns to come down with me to the ortho room at the end of the hall here, please?
Does this mean you have a whole new crop of interns?
That's right, yeah. So are you guys done?
We're done.
I'm Dr. Hubble. I'm director of the accident room, and I'm going to orient you to what your responsibilities to be this month.
Having just finished such an intense, long month in the accident room, it was really pretty strange for me to see this whole new crop of interns just starting out their month, not really knowing what to expect there.
I just kind of, remember the way I looked and the way I felt when I first came in here. Well, keep moving.
I got it.
5% of the people will be challenging to deal with. Remember that you're supposed to be the professional half of the doctor-patient relationship, and you have to act that way.